What's up, everybody? It's MARU here,
It's Nogi.
and we're here with the very first episode of The Filler.
Yeah.
Alright. I mean, a lot of people are probably asking, like, who are we? Or maybe they're not. I don't know. Well, who are you, Nagi?
I don't know who I am.
Oh, okay. Me either. All right, guys, that's the end of the show.
No, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Nagi, content creator here on the Mixer platform. My channel and my content is based around conversation and interactions that are they're primarily surrounding the topics that we're going to be talking about here on the show, which is comic books, anime, and video games.
Yep. I'm in the same boat. Rarity streamer on Mixer. I'm just about the positivity. I just like having fun, man. No negative vibes. Just super chill. I love having conversations, and I love listening to people talk about something they're passionate about.
Facts.
Straight facts. All right. So, what is The Filler about? I think that The Filler is going to be a great show. I think it's going to be 100% authentic. We're going to keep it real, and we're going to just have fun. We're going to talk about anime, we're going to talk about comics, we're going to talk about video games, and we're going to talk about life, and we're going to make jokes. We're going to be silly. We're going to be serious at certain times when we get heated into a discussion. I'm hoping we disagree on certain things, because I think that'll be fun. It's going to be great. I think we're going to have a good time. And yeah, I see great things coming. I think when I was thinking about this show, I was like, there's only one person that I could think that I vibe with so well. that I think would be perfect. It's your boy.
It's your boy.
Yeah, so I'm excited, man. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time.
For sure. I think that the filler is going to be primarily about one specific thing that we all, can fully agree upon, especially in terms of the categories that we talk about on a consistent basis. Big bouncy anime titties.
Exactly, man. If they don't have big bouncy anime titties, are they even an anime?
No.
That's what I thought.
It's not real, bro. That's not real. No, I'm just joking. I think the filler is definitely going to be it's going to be a fantastic experience. This is going to be a safe space for everybody to come in and give their thoughts and insights without being chastised for their opinions on the same topics that we're all discussing. Basically, this is an area where we generate open-ended conversation, open minds, open hearts, and everyone gets their piece in.
100%.
Very quick to the point.
100%. All right, Nagi, are you ready for the topic today?
I am ready for the topic. Throw it at me. Put it in my face.
All right, I'm gonna put it in your face. What?
Put it.
Okay. What is the most influential anime of all time?
A lot of people are not gonna like this conversation. A lot of people are not gonna like this answer. I really feel like the most influential anime of all time, unfortunately, and I do sincerely mean unfortunately, is Dragon Ball Z.
I'm 100% with you there, and I exactly think the same thing. Unfortunately,
right.
But I'll let you start off with why.
The reason why there's two reasons why, right? There's a reason why it's the most influential, and then there's a reason why it's unfortunate, right? So the reason why it's the most influential is because for as long as I can remember, for as many people as I can remember, all of their entries into anime, unfortunately, was Dragon Ball Z. The reasons why it's unfortunate is because there are so many other animes out there that are just better in almost every way than Dragon Ball Z. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that by itself is just, it's a double-edged sword because of those two particular reasons. So that's my piece. That's how I feel. Unfortunately, that's how I feel.
I agree with you. I think Dragon Ball Z was my first dip into the pool of anime. I was watching it on, what was it, Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, whatever time they were showing it on Saturdays. I don't even remember. Toonami, yeah. And that was my first time. I was like, what is this cartoon show? Why are these guys screaming? And, from there, it just it blew up for me, and I was always watching it. And that was my favorite anime when I was a kid. But being an adult now and looking at the whole library of what anime has to offer, as much as I love Dragon Ball Z is not a great anime. it's not a great anime in terms of like in terms of story progression, in terms of
Mhm.
arcs. Uh, it's just it has a lot of issues, and I think primarily it's just that I don't like Goku as a character. I mean, I think he is overhyped, and that's a whole different discussion of why like everybody likes Goku and nobody does, and like we don't.
I could have that conversation all day. I could have like
um,
my DMs are still filled with Goku fans who are just like pushing so much hate down my throat, and it's like you can't.
it's just he's
I
not a
don't
good
know.
character. He's not a good character. He's a bad father, and but yeah, but so yeah, it just has a lot of issues. Like if you were to go back and rewatch it, sometimes it's kind of hard to watch. Like it's just like the
Yep.
arc's a little too long. They're doing power up moves for 3 episodes, and the pacing's bad. But I
Right.
still think it's the most influential because think about when Dragon Ball Super came out,
Hmm.
and you had the Tournament of Power, and you had Jiren and Goku, and you probably know that. Obviously, a huge Dragon Ball fan, you probably know this. But there
Of
was
course.
like places in Mexico and Spain and South America where they had like groups of
I
people
I
watching like on
know.
a projector and like cheering, and I would watch those reaction videos because I would get hyped watching them. And like you'll never see that for any anime. You've
Ever.
never seen it, and you probably will never see it in the future.
No, no. The and I 100% agree with you there. The thing about Dragon Ball is I I agree in every way in terms of why Dragon Ball is just not like that good of an anime. The reason why I feel it's not that good of an anime, I love Dragon Ball Z, but the reasons why I feel like there are other animes that are better, I should say, is because Dragon Ball Z's format is consistently recycled. No matter what arc, no matter what enemy, it's the same format. You meet a new enemy, they fight him or her to get a feel of their limit of power. They fight until they get beat up. They power up just a little bit more, and then they end up overcoming the enemy, and then everything is okay. Right? The amount of death that happens, the amount of rules that are breaking, you're only supposed to be able to wish back a person from the dead a couple of times. Goku has done it numerous times. The Pretora earrings, they're supposed to fuse you internally forever, but yet it took one arc for that rule to be completely blown out of the water. There are loopholes. There are like left questions. There are unanswered questions. There are answers that make no sense. Like there is just Trunks in itself is just wrong.
A
Like
conundrum.
everything about Trunks just upsets me because he started off as a whole badass and now he's wearing an ascot and he's confused. Like so it's like there's so many
Rip
things that
Gohan.
I don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. He chose to be a better father. He chose to be a husband. Cool. He's the only Saiyan, literally the only Saiyan that was like, I'm not gonna spend all my time fighting. I'm just gonna get a job. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna be out in the dirt field.
I'm gonna
Not
set
live
up my
my life.
401k and call it a day.
Right. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna sustain my family, even though his family is automatically rich. Like Videla is never gonna be, broke. She's the son of the daughter of Hercule. Like whatever, you know what I mean? But overall, the only like and this leads down to my point. Like in terms of character development, there isn't much. There isn't like it's not like Bleach where there are numerous characters that develop over time, or Seven Deadly Sins that the same thing happens. Fire Force, which is relatively new, the characters develop, and I say characters as in plural, more than five, six, seven. You know what I'm saying? Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia. The reason why, in comparison, one of the reasons why My Hero Academia could be the most influential anime of this generation, but of course over time would have to be Dragon Ball Z, is because in My Hero Academia, literally almost every character, even the useless one, like the dude with the tail, he can out in a random moment he could just get a shine of light and end up being someone that's pinnacle in the anime.
Look at Red
Just
Riot.
you know what I'm
Red
saying?
Riot, that one episode
Right. You know what I'm
blew him
saying?
up.
Like he was immediately a heartthrob. You know what I'm saying? It's not just Todoroki. It's not just Bakugo. It's not just Midoriya. It's really just anyone. Uraka, like anyone can be the main character of My Hero Academia, and that's why My Hero is such a good show.
Hmm.
Whereas in Dragon Ball, if it's not Goku and Vegeta,
That's it. Nobody cares.
it's to the point now to where Dragon Ball has followed the format so much that there's no point in being a Super Saiyan anymore. The yellow hair is worthless.
Yep.
That's
Everybody can have
ridiculous.
Super Saiyan.
Everybody. And then everyone can turn Super Saiyan, but nobody wants to stay Super Saiyan in order to win a fight.
I think that the only if I look at character progression and character evolving, it's Vegeta.
Yeah.
Vegeta's the only one that has
Yes.
evolved from, like, if you look at him from episode, whatever the first episode was that he was first in Dragon Ball Z, to now,
Yeah.
the progress that he's made is two different people.
He's the only one. Down to his injuries. A lot of people think that I'll be joking when I tell them that Vegeta is the only character that actually has. Not only does he have character progression, but he's the only one whose storyline actually goes forward and then backtracks to connect with something and then goes forward again. Why do people make fun of the fact that Vegeta is always holding one particular shoulder when he really gets beat up, or one particular arm when he really gets beat up, and they make fun of him for it, right? But it's like they forget that during the Android saga, Android 18 kicked his arm broken, like he
Yeah.
shattered it in half. It's a legitimate kick, like it happened. It was a pinnacle moment in his character development, to the point to where every single time he gets into a fight where he gets actually beat up, he holds that arm and that injury, because that was a sustaining injury that she gave him that he never recovered from. That's how hard she kicked him. And that happened in the Android saga.
And they're still keeping it.
To this day, he was holding, when he got beat up by Jiren, that's exactly what he was holding. When he decided to fight Jiren in base form with no ki, no energy, no nothing, he stood up with the whole nugget, the cookie. He was standing there with his eyes swole, holding his arm like a champ. You know what I'm saying? Like, where are you gonna find that at?
I mean, for me, my favorite Vegeta moment, other than Majin Vegeta, was when he was fighting Kid Buu and he just would not stay down.
Yeah,
he just kept getting up.
And Kid Buu was looking at him like he was getting upset because he would not stay down. And then his response to him all the time was, "You think that was nothing? Mind you, his head covered in blood, like that was nothing."
There was a split second where Kid Buu had fear on his face. He was just like, "This guy won't die."
Yeah, because you just can't. You can't take out Vegeta like that.
Other than him, though, I think in terms of like a character story, is Trunks for me. Future Trunks.
Really?
Future Trunks, because of everything he's gone through. He lost everybody. He lost his mentor. All he had was his mom. His whole planet was destroyed, and he just kept going forward. That Super Saiyan Rage moment when he goes against Black is like one of my favorite moments.
I feel I will have to disagree with you on that. Only reason why I'm going to disagree with you in terms of how I feel towards Trunks is because I feel like his format creates itself. Like his because he ultimately he has his own storyline, right? So it's to the point to where literally there's a Dragon Ball Z Trunks, and then there's a Dragon Ball Trunks, and then there's just a future Trunks that's living his literal own dimension. Like he's just there.
Yeah.
Right. So it's difficult to really care about that character now, ultimately, because of the fact that how he was handled is just it doesn't necessarily exist properly in the format of what makes Dragon Ball great.
It's pretty much not canon. It's kind of like its own like side story in a sense.
Trunks is a living, like, well, not a living, but Trunks is literally the only person who can actually he's the embodiment of GT in the canon, storyline of Dragon Ball, because him coming and stopping the android situation caused Goku Black.
Yeah.
So it's like that now that he stopped Goku Black in the same way that he stopped the androids by coming to the future and telling Goku and this is that and a third. Now there's another thing that's going to happen because he keeps fucking with the timeline. Like,
yeah, he's the Flash. He keeps messing with the timeline.
Right. The whole Barry Allen out here just not stopping. Like he just needs to. It's unfortunate, but I get it. You know what I mean? And it sucks because they now have a character that they can't change because that's how he was introduced. You know what I mean?
I forget though. Isn't it when Goku came and he used what's the god's name? The little short dude.
Zamasu or Zen?
The main god, like he can pretty much erase the universe. Remember he summoned him to yeah. The little dude. Didn't he like destroy that universe at that point, or did he just destroy Goku Black?
I don't think he destroyed that universe. I think it was Beerus that destroyed Zamasu. Like they found out that Zamasu was going to betray them, and Beerus used Hakai and completely obliterated him from
Which
existence.
was a great moment, first of all. He
Great
like
moment.
casually just went up to him and he just put his hand in his face and just like, yeah, you're
Right.
done.
You know what I'm saying? And the dude just dissolved into purple dust. But then it was like it didn't obviously it didn't work because of X, Y, and Z. So it's like it at that point, things are just like being thrown back and forth, back and forth. But I can't necessarily be mad because the Goku Black arc was also one of the arcs that gave us one of the greatest Vegeta moments of all time. Not only where he respects Kakarot as a warrior, but he completely shows people what he's act like his full capabilities at this point now. Because the way that he was beating the hell out of Goku Black is something that you've never really seen before happen to Vegeta since Resurrection F, which I don't want to talk about because reasons.
Reasons. All right.
Oh,
So yeah, all right. So we're both pretty much on the same reasons why Dragon Ball Z is the most influential anime.
absolutely.
Respect it. I want to see what everybody else says because I'm thinking a lot of people might be. I'm thinking I don't know why, but I was thinking Naruto and Inuyasha. I feel like a lot of people might say that.
I agree. I feel like Inuyasha definitely has a lot of categories in terms of that. I feel like Naruto also, but I can understand why people will say that, and I feel like the people who will say that are people who were introduced to anime by Naruto.
Exactly.
Because we got to remember, like our generation will say that most of our generation will say that it's Dragon Ball Z, but the people who were introduced to anime by Naruto will say that it's Naruto. That's why Naruto, One Piece, and Dragon Ball is considered the big three because that's usually the main three that gave people their doorway into finding out what anime is and what it could, what type of entertainment it could provide for them.
100%.
So
Completely agree with you. I mean, I'm
yeah,
curious to see. So yeah, if what's your most influential anime? I want you guys to comment down below. Let us know. And if you want to, also let us know why. Be good to see
yeah,
what people say. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the first episode. Really excited for the future. We'll be back next week with another episode. More questions to answer. We're gonna read the comments to see what people are saying. And more topics, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. Keeping up with the anime. I want to see what's everyone's favorite anime of all time.
yeah,
That's gonna be the next
definitely.
topic. We're gonna talk about that. But yeah, I wanna also say if you have any topics, things you guys want us to talk about, definitely drop a comment down below. Let us know. We're always looking at new things to do. So follow us down below. I also want to do a quick shout out. Nagi, you had somebody that you were talking about who did
Yeah,
this drawing, right?
yes. So the gentleman's name is called Prince Rojas. I really don't want to get the name wrong, so I'm definitely going to pull it up right now. Obviously, we're going to show the image, and we're going to tag the individual's profile in the description below. But the person's name is uh, Prince Roars, excuse me, Prince Roars. So Prince Roars is a artist. Apparently, this person is from Paris, and they make these incredible. Well, this individual creates these incredible art pieces where they combine uh, anime characters with other anime designs. So they have things like Goku as Luffy in complete battle chic, like he's covered in blood, scars, cuts, bruises. They have one where they have Piccolo and Gohan as Zabuza and Haku. They have one where Vegeta is Naruto and Goku is, excuse me, where they have Vegeta as Sasuke and Goku is Naruto. Bulma as Shikamaru, Chi Chi as Hinata, Trunks as Itachi. Like it's really, really dope art. And I really think that you guys should definitely check this individual out. Follow them on Twitter, follow them on Instagram. Again, we'll have that in the description below. So please be sure to click that link and support them. I really think that their art is incredible. So please be sure to check that out.
Awesome. And obviously, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Mixer. We'll have all the stuff down below where you can follow us at. And yeah, just want to thank you guys for watching the video, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.